Flipping through my photo album, I came across a picture of the ZINNIAS 8 weeks ago. Wow! They were just seeds. And now look at them. They're in bud. This is the sign you've been waiting for. We're switching up the fertilizer. Up until now, we've been feeding our seedlings of cut flowers, zinnias and marigolds, with a general fertilizer for indoor plants or for green-leafed plants. And I've got a full episode about it. I will link it right here and in the description. But now that our cut flowers are in bud and they will start blooming soon, from now on we are treating them with a general fertilizer for flowers, for blooming plants. Just as we did before, we shake well. We pour our measure into the cup. Half a cup. We pour it into 2 liters of water. Shake well. Down into the watering can. And just as we did before, we pour slowly at the roots without touching the leaves, because we can scorch them. We also fertilize the marigolds, which we planted together at the same time with the zinnias and the cosmos. And just as before, we skip the cosmos, we don't fertilize it, because if we do, they say that it will grow only leaves and no flowers. And just as we did before, we keep fertilizing once a week. Hi, I'm Michaela and I garden in Zone 6 in Romania, Eastern Europe. I'm doing a cut flower demo. I post new episodes each week on how to grow cut flowers from seeds, how to care for them, how to harvest them, and how to make beautiful bouquets from your home garden. And I want to show you how to save money on your fertilizer and how to avoid lots of confusion. But first, what's going on with our zinnias, marigolds, cosmos, and other cut flowers that we planted in the garden bed? How are they doing? And how do we treat them? They are doing just fine. They are at the same stage as the zinnias, cosmos and marigolds that we planted in pots. They are about the same height and they are full of flower buds. The beautiful zinnias. This is where I pinched. And they grew very big and strong. A bud here, a bud there, a bud everywhere. In here we have the cosmos. You can see clearly where I pinched it. And this one, look how tall she grew. And the marigolds. And this is exactly what I wanted to prove to you, friends, that there's basically no difference. Some of the cut flowers we started outside, we tossed the seed in the ground, in the wind and in the rain, whereas these ones we started in cell trays, in the house, under grow lights. And look, 8 weeks later, they are exactly the same. As long as you take care of them and you give them what they need, sunshine, water, nutrients, they will all bloom for you and make your heart smile with their beauty. I want to encourage you to grow cut flowers or any kind of flowers, and don't tell yourself that you can't do it. Because this is what I told myself too in my first year of living here in the countryside. I thought I couldn't do it. And how do we treat these flowers which are in the garden bed? Well, we treat them with indifference. I don't fertilize them because I spent a great deal of time preparing the soil. I prepared the garden bed. I added compost. I added slow release organic fertilizer. The soil itself has all the nutrients it needs for the plants to grow happy. I'm not adding anything else. And I will link here the episode in which I prepared the garden bed. And yes, there are some growers who like to fertilize their cut flowers which are in the ground once before they bloom. To each its own, and it's your personal choice. And now let's get back to saving money on your fertilizer. So in today's consumer market, if you hit any garden center or any home improvement store, you will find dozens and dozens of flower fertilizer. So yeah, if you grow a nice lemon tree in a pot, you can buy a small citrus fertilizer. If you've got waves of petunias in your window boxes or on your terrace, you can buy a bottle of petunia fertilizer. But what are you supposed to do when you're growing clematis, roses, snapdragons, cornflower, calendula, cosmos, zinnias, marigolds, china asters, and so forth? Do you think I'm buying a little bit of dedicated fertilizer for each flower variety that I grow? And what about flower farmers? Do you think they drip a little bit of different fertilizer for all the flowers that they grow on their farm? Not a chance. All the blooming plants receive the same kind of fertilizer, one fertilizer, and all the non-blooming plants, which are decorative through their leaves, receive one kind of fertilizer, one fertilizer for all. Let's take two fertilizers, for example. One is for green plants, one is for blooming plants. They are from different producers. I just took them random, and of course, I'm not sponsored by any of them. If we look closely on each label, we will see three numbers for N, P, K. N stands for nitrogen. How much nitrogen do we get in this bottle? P stands for phosphorus. And K stands for potassium or potash. So nitrogen encourages the plant to make beautiful green leaves, which will help the plant to feed itself. Whereas K, aka potassium, encourages the plant to bloom. If you want to fertilize green plants, choose a fertilizer with a bigger N and lower K. And if you want to fertilize flowers, choose any fertilizer with a lower N and higher K. That's all. So on this fertilizer for green plants, we have a higher number for N and a lower number for K. 6 for nitrogen, 3 for phosphorus, and 4 for potassium. So we have a higher number on N and a lower number on K. This fertilizer is rich in nitrogen, which encourages leaves. So this fertilizer is good for green plants. This fertilizer has 5 nitrogen, 5 phosphorus, and 8 potassium. So it has a higher ratio of potassium, which encourages bloom. So this is a pelargonium fertilizer. It is good for plants with flowers. And even if your label doesn't stand out with the numbers for NPK, you can turn around the label and you will find here the concentration for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And now that you know how to read any label, go ahead and buy a nice bottle of fertilizer for blooms, a big bottle with a very, very good price. and use it on all your flowers in all your pots and containers and raised beds. And if you want, you can also fertilize the cut flowers in your garden beds once, not all the time, when they're about to flower for the first time. Click here for the complete playlist with all my episodes and all my secrets of growing cut flowers in every stage, week by week.